Boom, Ski Studios in the house. How we doing? Happy New Year's. Can we believe it, man, huh? 2024. Unbelievable, man. And I'll tell you what's going to be unbelievable. The level of success. Because I'll tell you what. If you're listening to me, you got the first step. At least. You're at least on the first step of bringing yourself from here to there. You know what I mean? We're talking about leveling up here. You know what I mean? We got to level up. We got to do positivity. You know what I mean? Pushing that P. Positivity. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm kind of freestyling this one again. Hopefully it's a good one. We don't know yet. I guess you'll have to listen to see. But, I'm doing all right. I was actually talking to someone, earlier, and it kind of reminded me of like certain things, man. And like I have trouble, meeting new people, like meeting new friends. You know what I mean? Getting new friends. And cause I'm always like the type of person like it takes me a little bit to even like warm up to people, and I have to like I always sit back. You know what I mean? I sit back and I kind of see how people are, and you got to. For me, my point of view is like you gotta look and you gotta see how people treat people, and even like I always did this even with people I was friends with for periods of time, long periods of time. If you see somebody, right, and they lie to their family, and they'll steal money from them, or they'll talk crap about somebody, and you're like, man, I thought that was their friend. Well, you know what? That's how they treat their friend. That's how they're gonna treat you when you're not around. You know what I mean? If they're talking crap about other people and they look like they're close, unless the person really did something to them, you know what I mean? If somebody really did something to them and they're talking crap about them. But if they're just talking crap about their character and this and that, like you know how they were when you met them, you know what I mean? And you guys know how I am, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, like, I try to tell the truth. And, sometimes I might misremember something. But if I do misremember it, I try to just, even, especially if it's something I said on here, I try to bring it up and say it. Like, when I was talking about the overdosing, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, I was always grateful for people to save me. And then someone reminded me, and the truth was I wasn't grateful. Sometimes I kind of wish that I didn't make it. But I'll tell you, like, I am grateful today that they did pull me out of it, because I wouldn't have that chance right now. And I feel like God saved me. So, like, God might have, I can still give them credit too. But, I think God helped them do it. Sounds like a joke, but it's true, actually, But they did help me, you know what I mean? Some people risked, I have, like, people like, oh, people when you were using, those people weren't real friends. I feel differently. I have a friend that's a really good friend still to this day. And when I was out there, man, and I made that decision and I hurt somebody really bad. I used a weapon on that person. And truth is, man, I was ready to just hop in my car and take off. And my buddy grabs me, throws me up against the car, and he's like, you're bringing him to the hospital. And he was bleeding out, and I took my blade, I cut my shoelace off, tied it around his arm, put him in the back, man, and like we're on the way to the hospital, and he was crying, man, and then he just passed out. If I didn't bring him, he wouldn't be here today, And who knows if I'd be here, because I could be in jail for murder, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like it wasn't no planned murder, but in the whim of the second, I made terrible decisions, man. I was not a good person. You know what I mean? Like, I was loyal to my friends, but I wasn't loyal to God, man. And God, I've been talking about God a lot more lately, but God saved me, man. And I'm forever grateful, I'm forever grateful they brought my man Ray, man. My man Ray brought that kid. That kid had me, man. And it's like, bro, I wouldn't be where I am today. And and I'm reflecting over the year. Ray was with me, man. You know what I mean? The kid rode for me, man. Like, he had my back, bro. And when I had to admit to him that I relapsed, it was one of the hardest phone calls I had to make, man. Because who wants to admit that they messed up, man? Who wants to admit that? And you know what? He forgave me, man. And he's still my friend to this day, man. You know? I consider him my best friend, you know? But, he had me, man. You know, maybe God, Jesus. You know, Jesus might be my best friend, but he's close. Well, I don't know about close, but he's second, you know? He ain't be mad about that anyways. It's Jesus, man. Can't come close to Jesus. Ain't nobody perfect, man. You know, except for Jesus, you know? But, I might be kind of close too, but, you know, I gotta humble myself. So, you know, but, you know, I know today though, today I am a good person. And I try to do better and better each and every day, man. This is kind of a weird one because, you know, I wasn't sure exactly where I was going to go with this. But, I think I was thinking about too was like I did one on, you know, on the whole. And this is actually a perfect one for today. I was, you know, I was in jail and, you know, I'll go over it because I think the last time I told this one I was wrecked, you know, in the story. I know some of it I was, but there was a kid, right? And I know him from the streets. We'll call him Jonathan, we'll call him. And Jonathan, right, he's a Spanish kid, right? And we're in, when I went to jail, right, this was like, can't remember if this is the first time I went to jail. I think it was. This is the first time I went. And I go and I'm like, bro, all my friends go to jail. I'm like, dude, I'm going to know everybody. That's what I thought. I'm going to know a lot of people in there. I went there, didn't know anyone. No one on my block anyways. So, whatever, we're in there. And then one day, this kid Jonathan comes in. And I know him from the street, you know. We weren't close friends, but I know him. You know what I mean? Like, I know him. I know some people that he used to chill with or whatever. But, so anyways, you know, I work out, you know, when I go to jail, you know, and this is the beginning. I worked out right off the rip. But, so anyways, I'm in there with him. And he's Spanish. I'm white, right? And there was this kid. He was a Crip dude. He was little. He was from Lynn. I can't remember what his name was. I was actually kind of cool with him. But this kid, Jonathan, was busting on him. And I know Jonathan, man. Like, I guess he used to do boxing and stuff back in the day. But he wasn't a fighter. Like, he was not known to fight people in the streets. And, so he's, like, talking crap about this kid. And I'm like, bro, the kid's a Crip, dude. You know what I mean? You're talking about him like, you're not really a fighter, man. You're probably going to have to fight. He's like, oh, dude, I could take that kid. I go, bro, you think you're going to have to fight him? I go, you're going to have to fight his friggin' crew, bro. You ain't going to have to fight him. Some kid's going to friggin', you know, whatever, right? And he's like, oh, whatever, right? So whatever, dude. Time goes on. We're working out. And he ends up, you know, this new kid comes on the block. Another kid from Lynn, another Crip. Bro, half the block. I was in, it was 80. It wasn't PC back then. It's like a big open bay dorm type thing. And this kid comes in. And like, he was kind of like, you know, he came in and he was kind of like the head right off the rip. You know, he was the head or he was the second, but he was one of them. Because there was another kid too, but I'm going into the weeds there. So anyways, he comes in and he ends up, you know, I let the kid I work out with, Jonathan, I let him use my radio because he wanted to listen to the radio at night. I didn't really do that. I'd just go to sleep. So he comes in and he friggin' smacks him. Boom, takes the radio, right? I'm like, yo, this kid, Jonathan's a pussy. He's a coward, dude. So he didn't do anything, right? And I'll give it to him, bro. The kid was big that smacked him. But, dude, everybody on the whole block seen it. Everybody seen it. He's like, he goes, you're a B word. He goes, you're a B word. And he smacks and takes the radio, right? I go, bro, you got to fight that kid. He's like, Chris, I'll give you the money for the radio, man. I'll give you the money for the radio. I said, bro, I'm hanging out with you, man. You got to fight him, bro. You got to fight him. It's your fault. I told you that what was going to happen. And I go, dude, you didn't even do anything. You just took it. And he's like, I'll give you double the money for the radio. But dude, I'm getting pissed, bro. Because now I'm chilling with this kid, and now how does that make me look? You know, that's how it is in there, dude. If you're chilling with somebody like that. So I I end up, we're in the gym, because we got to go to the gym sometimes. And this was rare. But we went to the gym, and I seen this kid with my radio, and I go to take it from him. And he's like, yo, we'll call the kid C. He goes, yo, C, come over here, right? And he's like, yo, this kid's trying to take his radio back. I go, yeah, I am trying to take my radio back. And, this is my first time. So, I'm not realizing exactly how I'm supposed to be. And I was drinking, using drugs on the street, man. So, I start getting a little bit loud, and the COs obviously realize. So, I just walk away, and we act like there's no big deal. Oh, no, we're just talking. We just got whatever. So nothing. We let it go. We get back to the block, and I walk up to the kid that, smacked him, and I say, yo, bro, I want my radio, da-da-da. And he's like, yo, if you touch me, you know how many people are going to be on you, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, bro, what do you think, man? He goes, you were chilling with a B. And I'm like, yeah, bro. And then, the COs just walk by or whatever, so I got to let it go. But now it's starting to cause a little stirring on the block. So, people are paying attention now. So now, the white dudes come over, and this was before it was a white gang. Because now they got the C-dubs. This is just straight up regular, the white dudes just stuck together. Kind of like the nitties, the nietas for the Spanish dudes. Which this has to do with them too. So anyways, right? He comes over, he talks to me. He's like, yo, no black dudes taking stuff from a white dude. I'm trying not to swear, so. No black dudes taking stuff from a white dude. So, we're going to have a meeting on this. I'm like, all right, let's go, right? So they got a meeting. It's the Crips and the white dudes. And we have a meeting, and it turns into they're giving me the radio back. And Jonathan has to pay the Crip dudes, I think it was $60 for the radio. Because this is what happens when you don't fight. So, boom, the Spanish dudes come over and they go, bro, he ain't giving nobody nothing. He has to fight, which is what I told him right off the rip. So, now this kid's obviously shaking in his boots. He's like, mad at me, bro. You didn't do nothing. You acting like a little coward. So, whatever, dude. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm feeling better now. And, because you can't back down, bro. You just can't back down. Especially in jail. Don't go to jail. If you don't like this, don't go to jail. You know what I mean? And that's what you shouldn't do anyway. Screw jail. It's nothing, bro. A bunch of people ain't going nowhere in life. You know? You got to pull yourself out of it, because you quickly adapt to the situations in there. And it kind of magnifies, the negativity. If you can handle it, it's going to magnify the negativity. If you can't handle it, you're going to be in PC, and you're going to be with all the skinners and the, whatever. The skinners and the rats, So, and stuff gets done to that food, man. I wouldn't even want to eat it. So, boom, we're lining up for lunch. Kid comes over, Jonathan comes over to me, and, he just suckers me right in front of the CO, everything, right? The CO is friggin' I just got suckered, bro. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna be fighting, dude. One of them grabs me and throws me over his shoulder. I go flying back. Look at my thumb. Yeah. See that bump right there? See it? How I don't got it on this one? That's because my thumb went all the way back like this, dude. You know what I mean? And I argue with the COs. What did I do? They're like, we told you to stop. Stop, dude. I'm in the middle of a fight, man. What am I going to do? Just let my head get beat in? So I go to the hole, right? This is December, right? This is December, dude, right? So I end up going to the hole. I'm in the hole for Christmas, right? Now, I was in there for a couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Well, it was three and a half weeks, we'll say. I don't know the exact number of days, but, I'm in there. You are bored as hell. I had no celly in there, no other person, if you don't know what I'm talking about. I had no celly in there, and I had nothing, no books, no nothing, right? And a guy ended up coming by, and he gave me a Bible. Little Bible like this big, probably 3 inches big, right? I had nothing to read. I was working out, I was doing push-ups, this and that, but I started reading the Bible. And I feel like I read the whole entire Bible. But it was the first time that I really, really read it. And I had nothing else to do. I ended up getting some newspapers in. Because I used to get the newspaper in jail. You know what I mean? But I ended up reading it. And it was the first time that I really started to I knew about God and stuff. But it was like the first time I got any hope at all, or any thought into Jesus and all that. I was like, dude, being in the hole, I'm not joking, it's straight up torture. When I was listening to a thing this week and they were talking about, some guy was in the ADX, and that's in Florence, Colorado. It's a federal prison. It's where El Chapo is, right? You're in a little cell, and in there you don't even have a window at the FDX. But dude, even in a regular cell, where you might have a window, but you look out, all you see is grass anyways. You don't see people. Not in the hole in Middleton. So, Middleton, Massachusetts, Essex County Jail. You know what I mean? You can look it up. I've even seen that rapper Millie's dude pick his buddy up from there. That's the jail. So, you're in there, dude, and it's like complete torture. You have nobody to talk to. You can't see the clock. They take your radio from you. You know what I mean? And when you do come out, you're shackled, and your hands and feet are shackled, and your hands got a box on it, so you can't move. Like, you can move your arms, but you got a belly chain on, and you can't, like when you see people going to court, like murderers and stuff, they'll have the thing on when they go into the court. That's what they put you in. And, and dude, it was over a week before I even got out. Yeah, even out then. It might be at 2 a.m. And, they didn't let me take a shower. I had to go to court. My lawyer's like, I had a paid lawyer. He's a good lawyer, man. And he's like, yo, why didn't you shave? Why? I go, dude, I'm in the hole, man. He's like, oh, because he couldn't say that. But, dude, you know what I mean? This isn't even my fault. And I ended up pleading out, to my first case so I could get bail on the second case. And there's a little bit more to it, but I'm not going to go into that. I ended up pleading out. And the judge gave me a chance because dude, my lawyer is known in there, dude, and he got the DA. There was a temporary DA come in. It wasn't the main DA because the main DA never would have went for this. And he goes to the judge goes to the DA. He goes, can't you see that he's pleading out in the first case to get bail on the second? He's like, yo, you don't want to raise bail? And he's like, no, we talked about it and we're fine. The judge's like, yeah, you sure? He's like, yeah. So whatever, they let me out, bro. No, I went back to jail, and I kept hearing, whenever the COs do a round, you can hear their keys, chattering, or whatever you want to, clinking. And I'm like, oh, maybe they're coming to get me. And I'd get up, and the guy would just walk by, because, my family told me that if I got bail, I'm going to be out. And actually, dude, a couple days went by, and I kind of just being like, man, I'm not getting out. Well, would you believe it or not, New Year's Eve day, I made bail. And I was like, he's like, oh, get your stuff ready. You're getting ready to leave, when he knocked on the thing. I'm like, what? I go, I don't need none of this, man. Just let me know. He's like, no, you gotta bring all your stuff down, your bed and all that, whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. Oh, man, was I happy, man. There was a song, it was Loyal to the Game, I believe, or the CD was called Loyal to the Game. It was a Tupac one. And he's like, F the judge, F the DA, F the mother effing district attorney. Once I ain't out, you ain't never gonna see me again, right? And I was yelling that when I'm walking down the block, walking up around, because I was on the top tier. I was walking down the tier. Oh, man, was I happy, bro. I was so happy to get out. But, you know what I mean? That was the first time that I really started to, take in the Bible, and start to, realize what was in the Bible. I wasn't at the point of, following the Bible yet, but I started to, understand it more and understand the stories in there, and, so it's almost in a way, man, that whole time, it got me, to God, man. It brought me to God, but the beginnings of bringing me to God, because I wasn't there yet, you know what I mean? And it was in in times of need, I was praying to God, but when I got out, I didn't even pray again. That's why now I pray every day, man, every night. Every night I pray, and I try to pray in the day too, but I don't, I ain't perfect, man, and I don't always do it, but I do pray every single night. And but being in the hole, man, is torture. You'll be counting each block on the thing. You can work out, you can, but it's very, very boring. The only way that you could tell time is by what food things coming through the door. You know what I mean? I remember, breakfast came, I believe it was like 5 o'clock. Lunch was at 10:30, and dinner was at 4:30. You know what I mean? And it's barely nothing, dude. You are starving. You were starving, dude. Dude, I got out of when I got out that time, right? When you're in the hole, they take all your canteen. So I ended up getting out at the lightest I ever been, and even through addiction and everything, and I was 154 pounds. That's light. You know what I mean? Right now, I haven't weighed myself in a little bit, but I know I'm over 170. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell, actually. You can see my biceps coming in a little bit. Not there yet, but I'll get there. I did some pull-ups today, I hit 5. You know what I mean? It's not nothing, but, that's the most I've done in a row recently, of recent. I used to be able to do 12s on the wides. But it's just, and I just would like to say that people that are in solitary confinement, it's terrible. It is terrible. It is torture. And if you're going to put somebody in solitary confinement for the rest of their life, you might as well kill them, because it's complete torture. People don't realize what it is. They'll say, oh, go sit in your bathroom. It's not the same, man. You sit in your bathroom, you still got your phone. You still got a window. You still can knock on the door and talk to somebody. When you're there, and I only did a little under a month, dude, because I got bailed out. But, dude, you have nobody to talk to. You have nothing. You think about, oh, is somebody dying out there? Is what's going on out there? And you have no clue. A world war could be popping off, and you have no clue what's going on. And they wouldn't let you out if one was popping off. You'd just be a sitting duck in there, man. It's torture. So if you're going to put somebody in for life like that, you might as well just give them the death penalty, because it's not nice. It's not a great thing. I don't know, man. I know it's the most positive one, but it shows you that you can find light even in the darkest situations. I actually sent a friend this, too, that kind of sparked off the beginning of this one. But I sent her a video, and it's soft white underbelly. It's this guy. His name's Jerry, right? And you take a look at him, right? And his face is like this, but it's not, it's just flat. And then his other eye is like this, dude. And, half his teeth are gone. And he was waiting at a bus stop, and somebody pulled up with a shotgun. Boom! Blew him away. Well, they thought they blew him away, but he survived. And this guy can't barely see. I think he said he could see light in darkness, but he still finds hope in Jesus. And he was smiling and everything, man. And he was still grateful to be alive. He said he only survived because it was point-blank range. If it wasn't, which sounds unbelievable. And, dude, a big chunk of his skull is missing. And you would think nobody would be able to survive that, but he did, and it just reminds me that, if that guy could be happy being homeless, how can I not be happy? How can I not be grateful? Because I know I've probably done worse stuff than he did, and God still gave me a chance. If that dude can find light in a dark situation, I know I can. And most of you guys should be able to, too, because I'll tell you, he is in a worse position than any of us are in. And he actually passed away, I believe, this last year, but, you know what I mean, because I watched that channel. It's actually one of the channels that between that channel, Soft White Underbelly, and looking up Kensington, the drug addicts in Kensington with that trank stuff where people's arms and faces are getting, open wounds. They look like zombies. They're hunched over so much, it's like their head's coming out of their chest like Mr. Burns. But, bro, if they can find happiness and stuff in life, man, you can too. You know what I mean? I'll be honest, I love everybody. I might not like everybody, but I try to love everybody, you know what I mean? For the most part, I can mostly, love everybody as a brother, and a sister, but, I don't like everybody, because some people are a-holes, I'm not swearing, I'm trying a little bit, you know what I mean? Especially, too, it's a Sunday. I can't swear on a Sunday. Not on video, anyway. But not at all, but really, I gotta, this gets played over and over, so it's like I'm swearing 1,000,000 times, if I get 1,000,000 views. I hope all you guys have a great day. God bless you all. If anybody out there, you need help, look to whoever's out there. And if you really do need help, I'll be out there to help you too, man. God bless you all. Hope you have a great day. Peace out. Ski Studios out. Like, subscribe, comment. I need the comments, man. You guys are slacking on the comments. Peace out.